Gasteyer, the beloved Saturday Night Live alum, recently shared a fascinating story from her time on the iconic sketch comedy show. During a recent interview, Gasteyer opened up about an unusual request made by none other than Diddy Combs when he appeared as the musical guest on SNL. According to Gasteyer, Diddy demanded a closed set while performing his musical number, and it's a moment that has stuck with her all these years. Gasteyer, who has had a long and successful career in comedy, recalls this specific SNL episode and the drama surrounding it. When a musical guest like Diddy performs on the show, they typically share the stage with the cast and crew, allowing for some interaction and the usual behind-the-scenes buzz that happens during live TV. However, Diddy's request was anything but typical. He insisted on a closed set, which is a rare demand for a musical guest. This meant no one could be around to watch the performance except for those directly involved in the production, which is a stark contrast to the usual atmosphere on set. In her recollection, Gasteyer explained how unusual it felt for the cast, crew, and even the other musical guests. Usually, SNL is a place where everyone is encouraged to interact with one another, joke around, and engage with the live audience. The set is buzzing with energy, and part of the thrill of being part of the show is the camaraderie between the performers and the crew. But Diddy's decision to demand a closed set created a palpable tension. While some might consider this a diva move, Gasteyer doesn't necessarily speak ill of Diddy's request. She explained that it wasn't out of the ordinary for someone of Diddy's stature to ask for special treatment, especially when performing live in front of such a massive audience. After all, Diddy is a global superstar with a long history of demanding top-tier conditions to ensure his performances are flawless. His meticulous nature and desire for complete control over his creative output were likely key factors in this closed-set demand. But even with this closed set, the entire situation brought with it a sense of intrigue. Gasteyer pointed out how the energy on set was completely different than usual. When you're used to a certain level of freedom and movement around the show, having a closed set puts everyone on edge. It wasn't just about keeping certain people away, but also ensuring that there was a sense of order, with fewer distractions during such a high-profile performance. Diddy, being an influential figure in the music world, likely wanted to ensure that every aspect of his performance went exactly as planned. He's known for being a perfectionist, and his closed set request might have been his way of keeping full control over the environment. The fact that such a request was made at all shows the level of star power and influence Diddy wielded even back then. Gasteyer, reflecting on this experience, didn't seem to hold any grudges about the situation. Instead, she seemed to find the entire scenario amusing, even though it was a bit outside the norm for the usual SNL energy. As a performer herself, she has undoubtedly encountered her share of unique moments while working in the entertainment industry, so this one was just another story to add to her vast collection of behind-the-scenes memories. In the end, Gasteyer's story about Diddy's closed set serves as a reminder of the unique and sometimes unpredictable moments that happen behind the scenes of live television shows like SNL. It's a fascinating peek into the world of celebrities and the demands they make to ensure their performances are as flawless as possible. While it may have been an unusual request, it's clear that Diddy's performance on SNL went down in history, with stories like this one only adding to the legend of his time on the show.